Hi, I'm Iris Matthews, a romance author. Thanks for coming back as we've been examining The House in the Cerulean Sea, TJ Klune's 2020 novel. We've read through chapters 1, 2, and 3, at least in part, and here we have our protagonist, Linus Baker, a stressed out caseworker living in a state of abject unhappiness. He is in stasis, stuck in the rain. No, really, he is stuck in the rain. The city has been experiencing a deluge of water for weeks. TJ Klune has layered the mood and atmosphere right along with the setting. In all of Linus's comings and goings, we are reminded that the weather is dismal. But why is this important? I revisited the Jericho Writers article, Emotions in Writing, How to Make Your Readers Feel by Louise Tondu, that I mentioned previously, and I'll post a link in the comments below. It was my inspiration for studying objective correlatives. Tondu gives an example of demonstrating how a character feels using showing rather than telling. Quote, "If I tell you that a character walked home in the rain, got soaked by a passing car, only to discover they were locked out of their house, you'll probably assume they feel miserable. There's nothing intrinsic about water or losing your keys that means you have to feel miserable." End quote. Now, I might argue with Tondu a little bit here, because a really effective objective correlative will use repetition throughout to evoke an emotional response in the reader and give a payoff. The example that Tondu uses, to me, is more evocative of mood and atmosphere. So what do I mean? The weather, or the thing or object in this case, represents or symbolizes Linus's state of mind. So, as we read about the wet weather, we are building an emotional reaction. The weather isn't just wet, it's dreary. The weather fosters misery and long enduring suffering. Tondu goes on to explain that, quote, "The OC, or objective correlative, works for two reasons. Because the reader or viewer, one, puts themselves in the character's shoes almost automatically. We ask how we would feel if the same thing happened to us. And two, assumes that you're showing us this rain-soaked character for a reason. Otherwise, why would they be there? Elements of a story are supposed to communicate something, so we attribute meaning to them." End quote. All right, so we're putting ourselves in Linus's soggy shoes. Yep, it's miserable. And yes, TJ Klune is harping on this wet weather for a reason. But have we gotten a payoff? Has the emotion evoked in the reader hit home yet? We'll have to keep reading to see. Thanks for joining me.